Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we are here in Indianapolis, Indiana at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 60. The points race is kind of getting close here. We are into race number 6 of the season, and let's go through those points real fast. Number 1 in points currently is going to be the 96 of Nico 2588. Second place will be the 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Third will be the 57 of NAILCLIPPER Flipper. Fourth will be the 33 of ZWTF. Fifth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Sixth will be the 47 of Dom Kizzle. Seventh will be the 19 of XJ Snake. Eighth will be the number 20 of Adam B5000. Ninth will be the 51 of AJM 2588. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be the number 34 of Super Snake. So that's your top 10 in points. Let's go through qualifying. So starting on the pole is going to be the points leader, the number 96 of Nico 2588. Starting second will be the last place in points, the number 3 of Geek Girl Games. Starting third will be the number 30 of Corvette Stingray. And on his outside will be the number 6 of Ice Cream Some Days. Starting fifth will be the 55 of Ida, and on her outside will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Starting seventh will be the 00 of Mudbone, and on his outside will be the 69 of Arco Creates. Starting ninth will be the 47 of Dom Kizzle, and on his outside will be the number 11 of TC Roberts. Starting 11th will be the 49 of Jetman, and on his outside will be the 32 of Heck of a Doober. Starting 13th will be the number 80 of Hog Eric, and on his outside, the 71 of KUNGFUBEER. Starting 15th will be the 660 of Garrett Miller, and on his outside, the 999 of Deviant. Starting 17th will be the 42 of Mom Games Hard, and on her outside, the 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Starting 19th will be the 300 of Resemble, and on his outside will be the number 40 of Veteran Chaos. Starting 21st will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack, and on his outside, the number 7 of Seabass. Starting 23rd will be the 19 of XJ Snake, and on his outside, the 07 of Douchebaggins. Starting 25th will be the 33 of ZWTF, and on his outside will be the number 20 of Adam B5000. Starting 27th will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts, and on her outside, the 13 of King of the Aces. Starting 29th will be the 95 of Zed Brunna, and on his outside, the 57 of NAILCLIPPER Flipper. Starting 31st will be the 619 of Balls Deep, and on his outside will be the 88 of NM2588. Starting 34th will be Starting 33rd will be the 34 of Super Snake, and on his outside, the 911 of Danny Cybex. Starting 35th will be the number 51 of AJM 2588, and on his outside, the 25 of JTM 2588. Starting 37th will be the number 10 of It's Some Alien, and on his outside, the 66 of Syndicate J. Starting 39th will be the 22 of Sailor Spoopy Moon, and on her outside, the 23 of Fuller Than You. And shotgun on the field, last row, the number 41st will be the number 72 of Duchess, and on her outside will be the 799 of Mike Check. So that's your starting lineup today here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 60. Happy hour is coming to a wraps, and the crowds are already filled in, ready for this race to go racing, so let's go racing. Another great qualifying run for that number 96 there in the Marlboro Bushlight Dodge for MBR. Also good to see that number 3 of Geek Girl Games up there on the front row. Haven't been able to talk about her much this season, but hopefully this is going to be a good run for her today. We also have, what do we have? We have 3 ladies starting in the top 10 with G3, Ice Cream, and Ida. But let's go through your top 10 and let's go through your starting top 10 real fast. Again, number 1 starting on the pole is going to be the 96 of Nico 2588. Second will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Third will be the 30 of Corvette Stingray. Fourth will be the 6 of Ice Cream Some Days. Fifth will be the 55 of Ida. Sixth will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Seventh will be the 00 of Mudbone. Eighth will be the 69 of Arco Creates. Ninth will be the 47 of Dom Kizzle, and rounding out your top 10 is going to be that number 11 of TC Roberts. Just looking through this starting top 10 right now, I'm counting two rookies right now in the top 10, starting in the top 10. So that's pretty good for the rookies so far. Again, the rookies, you'll see they have a little orange stripe on their back bumper. So that's your rookies. But again, that 96 of Nico 2588, I believe this is going to be his second pole on the year, is leading them down to take this green flag here at Indianapolis. Right behind him is going to be that number 30 of Corvette Stingray, and on his outside will be the number 3 of Geek Girl Games. Lead them down to the yard of bricks here at Indianapolis. The famed in Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So leading them down in it, or Nico gets that good jump right there to lead him down into turn number 1. On the inside of G3 is going to be that number 30 of Corvette Stingray. Into the short chute, into turn 2. That number 1 and number 30 make it, it looks like Jamal's almost ready to make it 3 wide down the backstretch. The fight is going to be right now for second position, as that number 96 is getting a great break right now on second, third, and the rest of the field. Lead him down in the short chute, on to turn 3 and into turn 4. The number 30 of Corvette Stingray is going to be able to get that position from that 3 of Geek Girl Games, who is still on the outside right now, but your leader is going to, for lap number 1, is going to be the number 96 of Nico 2588 once again. The battle right now on the track, I mean, other than for second, third, fourth, and on back. So we're going to see what happens here. G3 kind of falling back as she's on the outside of the line here. Down to the turn 3 they go. Your timing and scoring is up on the screen. You'll see your, again, as always, your top 10 on the left, and your favorite driver will be scrolling across the top. So that number 30 of Corvette Stingray is making headway, catching up to the number 96 of Nico 2588. Coming down and completing lap number 2 here. We already have a caution, folks. We have 22 laps of 24 laps of action, but they're going to be racing back to the caution here. We'll see what happens with that caution. Down into turn 3 they go. Corvette Stingray tried to drop down to the inside, trying to get ahead of Nico as we come into the short chute and into turn 4. Remember, this is a race back to the caution right now. So onto the front stretch they come. And to take the first caution of the day is going to be that number 96 of Nico 2588. Getting caught up to the pace car here. We'll take a look at that caution and see what happened there. So here we see we've got 3 wide down the front stretch, and it's going to be KUNGFUBEER on the inside, Ice Cream Somedays in the middle, and Ito on the outside. So we've got an ice cream sandwich going on here, and if we watch this replay, that's going to be where this caution comes from. And it looks like Ida's going to get into the back end of Ice Cream and turn her into the wall. Really nowhere for Ida or Ice Cream to go there, so really not too much damage to Ice Cream's car. Maybe the left side. Yeah, left side damage for her, but that should keep her in the race. Looks like the 34 of Super Snake is having some issues right now. 6 of Ice Cream Some Days has who started in the 4th position, has some massive damage to the left side of her car. I'm not sure about the right side. Doesn't look like there's anything on the right side, but definitely some damage to the left side of her car. We'll jump back up here to the front of the pack. As we go down into turn 4, we're going to see if any of these drivers already on lap number 4 elect to come into the pits. It looks like the 96 probably is going to be pitting here. Getting right down to that white line. And off the groove. And the 96 will be pitting here. Looks like the number 1 of Jamal Jackson is electing to stay out. See if we can find the pit road cam here. So, leading him down pit road is going to be the number 96 of Nico 2588, but staying on. We got about half the field. It looks like about half the field staying out on the track right now. Leading that pack is going to be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson, followed by his teammate, the 71 of KUNGFUBEER. So it looks like gas and go for all these cars. For the most part, it looks like gas and go for everyone. And currently I'm showing the 34 of Super Snake is out of this race. He did blow an engine valve. So we'll jump up here to your leader. Is going to be that number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Again, that wasn't even tires, folks. That was just a fuel stop for those people that came into the pits. I'm not sure if that's going to play, because I mean, really, hopefully like the 96 and the 30 and those drivers, fuel strategy. I guess you're going to get 5 more laps out of the car than these guys up front. But I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. So. Currently, I'm only showing the number 34 as being out of the race right now. So we'll see what happens as timing and scoring updates. See if there's anybody else that goes out of the race. But as of right now, it's only going to be the number 34, a Super Snake. I'm very interested to see what this pit strategy is going to be here with taking on fuel as opposed to taking on tires. I guess we're only 5 laps into the race, so maybe they don't really need tires right now, but those tires probably, even if they are 5 laps newer, would have helped you get back up to the front. So we got at least 2 more laps of caution here. And looking through so basically 1st through 14th stayed out on the track for this caution period, did not go into the pits, but from 15th to 41st, as the 34th Super Snake is out of the race, 15th through 41st did go in, and I believe I didn't quite see all of them, but from what I saw, most of them took gas only. Let's make sure there's nobody. Nope. Ice cream's right there on the track. So it looks like she did get the left side of her car fixed up, so it doesn't look too bad now. Maybe some tire marks there right in front of that number 6. But they banged out all those dents and everything that she had on her car. Let's see if we got anybody else with any sort of damage going on. Maybe a little bit on that 07 car. Everybody else looks okay so far. Again, your front runners are currently 15th in back right now, so we'll see what happens as the race progresses. See if that pit strategy even comes close to paying off. I don't know why you would come in for just gas and not take tires, but we'll see how long these drivers can go on a pit stop. So, I mean, you got to think in 5 laps sooner, the front 14 are going to have to stop and take tires and gas. So, depending on where that falls in the race, we could see. I don't know. We'll find out. I guess that's all we can do right now is just find out what happens. So, again, your points leader, the 96 of Nico 2588, currently residing in the 15th position. Second place in points is going to be that 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal, and he's right now in the 6th position. So, realistically, that gives Johnny a better, that's good for Johnny right now, even though Nico currently has 10 bonus points for leading lap and starting on the pole. So we'll see what happens at the end of the race. Nico is right now up 16 points over Johnny in the points. So let's see, Jamal. I'm looking for Jamal right now in the points race as it goes right now. He's currently resides in the 34th position, with his teammate KUNGFUBEER is in 19th. So that'll be a good points day for both the 1 and the 71, but we'll see how the things go as the race progresses. The 660 right there of Garrett Miller, previous winner here this season in the More Freedom Series, and last year's points champion, part of the leader of the Aces to Zed racing team of King of the Aces, and right behind him, his co-owner, the 95 of Zed Brunna. And I'm spotting right now. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those KFB racing team cars are in the top 10 right now. So lead them down to take the green flag is going to be that number 1 of Jamal Jackson in the Mary Kay Ford. Right behind him is going to be his teammate, the 71 of KUNGFUBEER. And the 619 of Balls Deep, the brother to the KFB, is looking underneath the 95 of Zed Brunna, but the 71 of KUNGFUBEER looking to take the lead from the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Right behind him is going to be the 660 of Balls Deep, the 660 of Garrett Miller. Racing for Big Dick Bandits. They're going to try to freight train around that number 1 of Jamal Jackson into the short chute between 3 and 4. Down into turn 4 they go. The 71 and the 660 underneath that number 1. And here comes the 619 right to the back bumper. The number 13. King of the Aces, great run down the front stretch. Into turn 3 and into turn 1. He's going to be able to, with that draft help from that 619, he's going to be able to stay. Oh, we've got another caution. Another caution, folks. Well, we got 2 more laps. Looks like that 719, the 330 are going to be in the pits. Oh, 2 team cars right there. I said 300, but that's the 300 of 330, but that's the 300 of Resemble, and the 799 of Mike Check. Mike Check out of the race. So 2 Drop Bear Racing teammates out of the race right there. We'll take a look at that caution, see what happened. Disaster's going to strike for the Drop Bear Racing team here. As we can see, we're actually getting ready to go down the backstretch, and you're going to see the number 7 of Seabass is going to come way too hot into this turn and end up going 3 wide with that number 300 of Resemble and getting into him, but that's not where the problem happens. Let's watch this replay. There he is getting into the side of him, bouncing off the number 33 of ZWTF, and down the backstretch. He kind of drifts up into the right side of Resemble and pushes him off the track into the inside wall, up the track and into his teammate, the 799 of Mike Check. And that's actually going to probably put both of those cars out of the race. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely the 300 of Resemble into the pits, and that could be the end of his day. And such a shame for that Drop Bear Racing team right there. Apologies, I said the 300's out of the race. He's not yet out of the race. But now we're coming down. Are these drivers, looks like the 71's going to be taking the opportunity to get into the pits. The 660 is still high on the track, so the 660 of Garrett Miller is staying out. So we'll see. You got the 71s coming in. See all these drivers coming into the pits real fast. So all those folks that stopped for gas are now pretty much all staying out right now. Dutch is hitting the wall a little bit there. '96 stopping at the end of pit road, taking on right sides right now. Here comes KFB. Left sides for that 96. Uh-oh, balls deep with a smoking engine, and checking timing and scoring, and the 300 of Resemble is out of the race now. Great race off of pit road right there. 3 wide off of pit road. So I'm going to check back here through to the 619 of Balls Deep, and he is smoking heavily, actually pretty much causing a traffic jam right here amongst all these cars, trying to get around him. But it looks like the 619 of Balls Deep smoking heavily, coming down the backstretch, getting onto the lane here. So that Glock Gas X car looks like he's probably going to be out of this race. Tough break for that KFB Racing team right there. They had 3 drivers right there that were in the top 5, and with the 619 of Balls Deep being one of them, so that's going to take him out of the race. We'll see what they report from the pits for that, see what happened to him. But your current leader is going to be the 660 of Garrett Miller, who, again, the 660, the 187, and the 20 all did not stop for gas or anything so far in this race. Actually took Garrett, started in the 15th position, and Johnny started 18th. Where did that number 20 start? The number 20 started in the 26th position. So we'll see if this pit strategy, whatever this pit strategy is, works out for them. Let's go through your top 10 real quick. Currently in first is going to be that 660 of Garrett Miller. Second will be the 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Third will be the number 20 of Adam B. 5000. Fourth will be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Fifth will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Sixth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Seventh will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Eighth will be the 72 of Duchess Baggins. Ninth will be the 96 of Nico 2588. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be the number 57 of NAILCLIPPER Flipper. So it looks like that 96 team did have a good pit stop. They were in 15th when they came into the pits and came out in 9th. So that's a good job for them in the pits. And from the pits, I am seeing a report that the 619 did have an engine valve issue and is out of this race. So here on lap number 11 of 24, we currently have 4 people out of the race. That's going to be the 619 of Balls Deep, the teammates of the 300 of Resemble and the 799 of Mike Check, both out of the race. And then final car out of the race involved in the first caution is going to be that 34 of Super Snake. So it could be the heat here in Indianapolis that's playing havoc with these drivers and these cars, probably making the track a little bit slick, as it's about 90 degrees here today in Indianapolis, and that track temperature is probably in at least 120, if not more. So making these cars slide around, and maybe the 619 had some overheating issues which cause those valve issues. You know, I'm not a car, I don't work on engines, so I mean, it's only, who knows at this point? Who knows? Currently we have 12 laps complete with 9 of them under caution. So let's, fingers crossed for the rest of this race. As we come down to halfway, which your leader at halfway is going to be that number 660 of Garrett Miller. So he's leading at halfway, and hopefully we don't have, another 12 laps of caution here, or whatever, 9 laps of caution. But we're going to see what that 660, the 187, and the 20 do as far as their pit stops go halfway through this race. It'd be crazy to think that they would pit right here under green, but maybe they're thinking, hey, maybe there's going to be another caution. We'll be able to come into the pits, we'll be able to take tires, we'll be able to take gas, all that stuff, and beat out these other teams. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out here in a few short moments as to what they're going to do today. And the short shoot between 3 and 4. Down into turn 4 they go. Your leader, again, is going to be number 660 of Garrett Miller. Right behind him, second place in points, the 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Lean him down to that yard of bricks one more time here to take the green flag is going to be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Cars lined up single file behind him. We have no cars a lap down as of right now, so thankfully no pit stop curse, pit stop whatever's that happens. So there you are. Here's your leader, number 660 of Garrett Miller. Lead him down to turn 1. Number 20 of Adam B5000. Down to the inside into the short chute between 1 and 2. Underneath that, number 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Right behind him is going to be the 71 of KUNGFUBEER. With those new tires, I'm guessing KUNGFUBEER is just, oh my goodness, Syndicate J into the outside wall right there off of turn 2. We're still green. Down into 3 and 4 they go. The 71 of KUNGFUBEER, and it looks like the 95 is now underneath that number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Your leader's still going to be the 660, and they're coming in for their pit stop, so the 71 of KUNGFUBEER, he is going to take over the lead right now here on starting lap number 14. Right behind him is going to be the 95 of Zed Brunna. KUNGFUBEER last year, second place, the runner-up last year, or last season in the More Freedom Series, the 71 of KUNGFUBEER. He had a fantastic season, yet did not win a race. So let's go ahead and jinx him right now and say, he's up here at the front right now. But the 95 is Zed Brunna, down to his inside, down into turn 3. On the outside is going to be the 71 of KUNGFUBEER. Into the short chute they go. Right behind Beer is going to be that 57 of NAILCLIPPER Flipper, his teammate. And behind him is going to be the 72 of Duchess. So we got 2 Tito's cars, not on the same team, 2 Tito's cars right here in the top 10. Top 5, actually. Drag racing down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2, go the 57 and the 72. And there's the pole sitter, the 96 of Nico 2588. And right behind him is going to be that 00 of Mudbone. Mudbone giving him a little bit of the chrome horn right there. Merging back into traffic is going to be the 660 and the rest of those three that pitted. Down the backstretch they go. The 95 of Zed Brunna, now your leader. The 96 of Nico 2588 trying to get down to the inside of the 13 of King of the Aces. Down into into turn number 4 onto the front stretch. And we got the number 11 of TC Roberts now down to the inside of that 00 of Mudbone. Two teammates fighting it out for second place. Going to be the 71 and the 57. But your leader is going to be the 95 of Zed Brunna with 9 laps remaining here. Down the backstretch they go. And we got the 13 and the 71 duking it out again like they did for a lot of the time last year. Duking it out right here on the track with the 96 right behind the 13. The 96 looking down to the inside already. Right behind the 96 going to be that number the 00 and the number 11. And the 57 looks like he's closing in on that number 95 of Zed Brunna. Could this be a first-time winner here in this season for the rookie, the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper? And that CZ USA Jack Link's Beef Jerky Ford for KFB Racing. Drag racing again down the backstretch. We're going to see what they do. Nail Clipper down to the inside. Looking to take away the position from the 95 of Zed Brunna into the short chute between 3 and 4. And it looks like the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper is going to be able to take that position away from the 95. They're drag racing down the front stretch now. Right behind him is going to be lined up underneath. And I'm thinking the 57 right there is going to be your leader on laps 17 and 24 with 7 laps to go here. But right behind them, the 96 of Nico 2588, the pole sitter, now back up to 3rd position. We're going to see what the 00 of Mudbone does. He's going to get a draft down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. Down into turn 3, into the short chute. I'm not sure if these cars are going to have to pit again or not, but we'll see. Out of turn 3, he's going to probably catch a little bit of draft from the 95 of Zed Brunna. The number 11 of TC Roberts right there to the back bumper of the 00. Down to turn 1 they go. That 96 inching ever closer. The 00 is getting contested right now by that number 11 of TC Roberts. TC, another one of those Aces to Zed Motorsports drivers. So Aces to Zed Motorsports with 3 drivers right now, as I can see right now on the track in the top 10. And we got 2 MBR cars, the 96 and the 29 right now in the top 10. And let's look at the... and we got 2 drivers for KFB Racing in the top 10. So this is a team affair here. Down the front stretch they go. We're going to have 4 laps remaining. I do believe 4 laps remaining here. And the number 11 of TC Roberts now down to the inside of that 00 of Mudbone. Followed right behind TC Roberts going to be the 29 of Wishbone Attack down to the inside of that number 00. The number 00 sounds just real weird to say, but down to the inside of the 00, down the backstretch. The 96 of Nico 2588 right now to the back bumper of the 95 of Zed Brunna into turn 3 and 4. Into the short chute they go. He backs off a little bit. The 95 and the 57 are both pitting. Oh goodness. The 96 is going to be your leader right now. This could shake up everything, folks. If they have to all pit one more time, that's going to shake up everything. I know the 96, I mean, they all pitted on the same lap. So we're going to see what the 96 and the 29 do. But your leader is going to be the 96 of Nico 2588. Right behind him is going to be not right behind him, but in second place is going to be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. That number 20 of Adam B5000 and Johnny T. Homicidal, both 1 lap down. So with those cautions coming out, it's really thrown off their pit strategy here today. Sounds like he's coming into the pits. So that's going to allow the 20 and the 187 to get their laps back. But I'm guessing the rest of the field are going to be coming into the pits here as we can see them piling in. We're going to see what the pit strategy is here. 3 laps. We're going to have 2 laps to go. 96 is still going to be your leader. At this point, I would just gas and go. But I don't know. I'm not a pit. I'm not a crew chief. But if it was my car, I'd just be gas and go. You know, we got 3 laps to go. Get in, get out. There goes the 66. Here comes the number 3, the 30. And he's out. It was just a gas stop for the 96. Not sure how far away those other drivers are going to be, but we're going to find out as soon as he gets out here onto the backstretch where he can merge back in. But currently, right now, I'm still showing the number 96 of Nico 2588 is your leader, and the second place is going to be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. There's the 3 of G3. The 57 merging back into traffic. I'm guessing the number 3 is going to be second place, but I mean, we're going to find out here. Down to the front stretch they come. Crazy events going on right here. We're going to have 2 laps to go here with the number 96 of Nico 2588. Currently, I'm still showing him as your leader. Behind him is going to be the 57 of NAILCLIPPER Flipper, and behind them are going to be the 29 of Wishbone Attack and the 3 of Geek Girl Games. G3, who did start on the outside pole, is now fighting for the 3rd position with the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Behind them, I mean, the 420 out of nowhere with great pit stops is now currently running in the 5th position. Checking back here, looks like the 00 and the 95 are still in the top 10. This is going to be your white flag lap, folks. 1 lap to go here for the 96 of Nico 2588. Currently in the catbird seat as he comes off of turn 2. Behind him is going to be that number 57 of NAILCLIPPER Flipper. But Flipper, there is nowhere near that number 96 to be able to catch him. The battle really is going to be back here amongst all these Aces to Z drivers. But off into the short chute for between 3 and 4 and off of turn 4, leading him down to the line of bricks for the final time is going to be the number 96 of Nico 2588. Taking the checkered flag 2 races in a row is going to be the 96 of Nico 2588. Fantastic job, fantastic pit strategy for the 96, and able to take another win, 2 in a row for that number 96. So awesome job by the 96 again today by that MBR team. They were able to get that car on the pole, and I believe I'm looking at the things, and he also led the most laps. So the only thing he didn't get was the leader at halfway, which goes to Garrett Miller. So 15 bonus points goes to that number 96 of Nico 2588. A fantastic run for him. Let's go through your top 10 real fast. So again, your winner is going to be the number 96 of Nico 2588. 2 races in a row. Second place will be the 57 of NAILCLIPPER Flipper. Third will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Fourth will be the 72 of Duchess. Fifth will be the number 13 of King of the Aces. Sixth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Seventh will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Eighth will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Ninth will be the 00 of Mudbone. And rounding out your top 10, another Aces to Zed Motorsports car, the 95 of Zed Brunna. So awesome job by both MBR, KFB, and Aces to Zed Motorsports had a fantastic job today here at Indianapolis. So very, very exciting race to watch. Finish the last half of the race under green. So that was great to see. Next week, we go from Indianapolis to Kansas Motor Speedway for the Pioneer 60. So that'll be next week. With my head calculations going on right now, I'm guessing probably Nico 2588 is going to solidify his points lead right here with those 15 extra bonus points. So that's going to probably give him about 152 points for this race. So that'll put him at 513-ish, something like that. Anyway, so we're going to see how the rest of the points race goes for the rest of this year. Again, next week will be at Kansas for the Pioneer 60. An amazing race here from Indianapolis. Couple cautions there at the beginning, but the last half of this race was amazing. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out, watching this Brickyard 60 here from Indianapolis, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And congratulations to our winner again, the 96 of Nico 2588. And until next week, take care.